Hey guys, welcome to the video today. In today's video, I'm going to go through the setup process for this nightstand, and it's made by this company here. And I'm just going to go through this step by step. But before we begin, make sure that you're wearing the proper safety equipment and take all safety precautions. And make sure that you read through all of the information on the packaging and any information that comes inside of the packaging before you start the setup process. Okay, I'm going to get everything taken out of the box and organized, and then I'll be back and we'll go from there. All right, guys, I took everything out of the box and got it kind of organized here. Here are the different parts and pieces, and some of them have numbers on them, and some of them I couldn't find numbers on, like these pieces right here. But in the assembly instruction there, it shows you all the different parts and pieces that you're supposed to get and what numbers they are. And then here's the rest of the stuff. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the plastic bags off of all of this stuff and make sure that you read through the warning information on the plastic bags and dispose of them properly. And then with the packaging, make sure that you recycle what you can, and what you can't recycle, make sure that you dispose of properly. And then here is the paperwork, and make sure that you read through all of the paperwork before you start the assembly process. Okay, so I left the hardware in the bags there just so I know what is what, and then it also had a Phillips head screwdriver and a hex key, and then I verified that all of the different accessories and parts were included. And then I also left, for now, the LED light stuff in its bag. And then once I took these out of their bags, I noticed that they did have numbers. So that way I know what is what. So let me see where the number was on this one. Oh, it's right there. Okay, so now I'm going to start with step one, and I have a little work area here for me to be able to work. Okay, so I have part number 4 here, and then part number 5 here. And these are going to connect together like this. And so you want these 2 holes on this side, just like this is how it shows it in the assembly instructions. And then with bag N here, I'm going to take 2 of the washers and 2 of the screws here, and we have the Phillips head screwdriver, and then I'm going to take the screw and 1 of the washers here, and it's just going into the side right here. There's a spot for it. Let me turn this just like this so you can see it. So it's going right there. I'm just going to get this started, and I'm going to use the screwdriver. Okay, I'm not going to tighten it all the way down yet until I get this one in. So now I'm using the other washer and the other screw from bag N, and I'm going to get this started. And then I'm going to tighten this down. Okay, now I'm going to come back here and making sure that was pushed all the way down. Now I'm going to tighten up both of the screws. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side for now. And now, this is part 6 and another part 4. This is how it shows it in the instructions. So on this one, you'll notice, you know, these, you just want to make sure, the key thing is because they highlight in the instructions here, which side, you know, depending on which one of these you're doing, that these 2 holes go on. So I'm just matching mine up with what the instructions show. And then I'm going to put the other 2 washers and screws from bag N into right here and right here. And then I'll be back and we'll go from there. Okay, so I got this screw and washer tightened down, and then this screw and washer tightened down, and now I'm just going to set this piece to the side as well. Okay, and we're going to move on. And there was one extra washer and screw here in bag N. We'll see if we need that later. Okay, so now we're going to move on to step 2. Okay, so next I have part 2, part 3, and then bag B here. And I'm going to need 2 of these. Set that back to the side for now. And let's see here. So, 2 holes here, and there's 2 holes on part 3, here and here. And so I'm just matching those up like this. And then I'm going to start the screws. So in these ones, use the hex key. Now I'm just going to go back and forth a little bit on each one until they're both tightened all the way down. Okay, those are secured into place. So now I'm going to move on. I'm just going to set this up here for now. So now I'm going to move on to step 3. And step 3 gets a little more complex. So, okay, I'm going to get things set up for step 3 and then I'll be back. Okay, first I'm going to attach part 7, the 2 part 7s here to this that I previously assembled, and this is part number 4 here and 5 here. And, okay, we're going to use the screws in bag H. So I'm going to need 2 of these. Set those on the instructions for now, the assembly instructions, and So part 7, okay. So I'm going to get one lined up like this. Okay, I have part 7 where it goes here. And I'm just going to take this screw and just going to get it started there. And then use the screwdriver to secure this all the way into place. Just going to get this tightened all the way down. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with the other number 7 part right here, and then I'll use the other H screw that I have, or bolt, I guess this is, and then I'll be back and we'll go from there. Okay guys, I have the other part number 7 on there. So now I'm taking parts number 3 and 2 that I previously assembled, and I'm going to line them up where they go here. And then I'm going to adjust the camera so you guys can see. I have the 3 B screws and the hex key. So see, there's a hole here, here, and here. These 2 holes match up with these 2 holes, and this hole matches up with this hole. And then, okay, I'm gonna start this one. There's just a little bit of space in between the parts, but I think as we tighten this down, I was trying to get it to kind of line up, but we'll see. There we go. The bottom's better. Let me see if I can get the top here. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to use the hex key to start tightening these down, and I'm just going to alternate between them. That way I don't tighten one all the way down. Just kind of go back and forth between the 3. And if you need help, get help, you know. Ask for somebody to help you out if you can, or if you need it. All right, guys, I'm just going to keep at this. Just alternating between the 3 screws until I get them tightened all the way down. And then I'll be back and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so I got these 3 screws tightened down, and you want to make sure that they're secured into place, but you don't want to overly tighten them because, you know, of just concerns of like bending this metal. But you do want to make sure that they're secured into place. So now I'm going to move on to the next part of step 3. So I'm just going to gently lift this up and set it down like this. Okay, so now I'm taking this other piece that I previously assembled, and this is parts number 6 and 4. And I'm going to line this up like this. So I have, you know, these parts here facing down like this. Okay, I'm just going to slowly put this into place. And from here, I'm going to use 2 of the H-bolts here and here to connect this piece to the part 7s. And then I'm going to use 3 of the B screws here, here, and here to connect this piece to this piece. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'll be back and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so I got the 2 H-bolts in here, and I tightened those down, got them secured into place, and then I put the 3 B screws into here. And when I did that, it just took a little bit of time. Just be careful, you know, because you know, after I tightened these down, you know, I had to just, you know, kind of, when I put the B screw through, move it around until it found its way into the holes in, you know, this piece here and then this piece here. So, and when you tighten everything down, just alternate back and forth until everything's secured into place. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to step 4. Okay, so I'm going to gently lift this piece up like this. Set it down, and this is really starting to take form. Okay, so now I have part 1 here. And I'm going to take off these corner guards. Let me set these down here. And then these here go facing down like this. So I'm just going to set this like this. And I'm going to attach bolt F from underneath to secure this in place. That's the first part of step 4. I am going to remove these stickers though, just because that will bother me. So let me remove these stickers and get the bolt F out, and then I'll be back and we'll go from there. Okay, so I have 4 of bolt F here, and I did get the stickers off. It was not super easy to do, but I did it. And then I'm taking part 1 here, and I'm going to line it up like this. And then I'm going to start bolt F in each of the holes from underneath. I'm just going to tighten them down. I'm just going to switch through them until they're all tightened down. You know, I'm not going to like tighten one all the way down and then do the other ones. You just kind of move around back and forth. That way they all get tightened down evenly. And okay, so here are these 2, and then there are those 2. And I'm just going to get these tightened down with the Phillips head screwdriver, and I'm just going to go alternate through them. So just tighten them down a little bit at a time and just alternate through them until they are all tightened down. So I'm not just going to tighten one all the way down and then move on to the next one. I just move back and forth alternately through them until they're all tightened down. Okay, I'm going to do that now, and then I'll be back. Okay, I got those bolts tightened all the way down, and now the next part of step 4 is to put this piece in. Okay, so now I'm going to fit this through here. Like this. And then just making sure there's no loose dust or styrofoam. And then like this. And then I have 2 of the P screws here. And I'm just going to alternate back and forth. Until these are tightened down into place. And you want to make sure that these are secured into place, but you don't want to over tighten them because you do not want to strip out the holes and have these not having this piece secured down all the way. Okay, there we go. Okay, so next I have the drawers here. I'm just going to do one at a time, so let's just temporarily, I'm going to move that one back here. Okay, so here's this piece here. It has like a pull thing here, so I'm thinking it goes in this way, not this way, but I'm not sure. It doesn't really clarify in the instructions. But I'm just going to put this in here. Kind of gently putting this down into place. Okay. And then I have part Q and then the S screws. So I'm going to take one of the handles here from bag Q. So this is part Q, the handle. And then 2 of these S screws. So the handle will go on like this, and then the S screws will come in from the back side to tighten this piece down. Okay, here's what the little S screw bolt looks like right here. And this one has like a piece stuck in it here. Just gently remove that. And check this one too. That one's good. So I'm just putting the screws in like this. And then take this one out. So I have one of the screws in, I'm holding it in place with the screwdriver, and then lining up part Q, the handle, and I'm just going to start to tighten that down. And now I get the other S screw bolt here, and then start to tighten it into place. I'm just going to alternate back and forth until these are secured all the way into place. There we go. And that's what that looks like. So now I'm going to, let me just make sure those are tightened down. And you know, you want to make sure they're secured into place, but you don't want to over tighten and break the handle. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing on the next drawer here, and then I'll be back. Okay, on to the next step. Okay, so I'm going to put the drawers in now. So I'm going to put this one in first. Gently slide that in like this. And now I'm taking the other drawer and just lining it up where it goes, and then gently sliding it into place. Okay, on to the next part of this step. Okay, so bag 9, these are the LED lights and stuff here, so okay. Like I said with the packaging, make sure that you recycle what you can and what you can't recycle. Make sure that you dispose of properly. Okay. It's showing this piece here. It's showing it on the left side. Like that, so and here's the instruction manual for the LED strip lights, so make sure that you read through all of this information. Okay, so the current issue that I'm running into is like this piece is longer than where it needs to go. So like what it's showing in the instructions, like it's just kind of like, you know, perfectly going to fit like this. It doesn't fit like that. It's just too long. So I think I know what I'm gonna do. Also too, I don't know, this is what I'm gonna do. You know, you're gonna have to decide what you're gonna do with this, but I'm going to place this piece. You know, it shows it on here on this side. I'm going to place it on this side. And because of the length of it, I'm going to have the piece like this, and then I'm going to have the LED lights turn like this until this piece comes down to this side. And with this piece facing back like that, that way the USB cable, you know, can, you know, go straight out and then around the back and into here. So we'll see. We'll see how that works. I don't know how that's going to affect the IR receiver for the remote. So I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But that's what I'm going to do you know, based on the situation that I have here. And you're just going to have to decide, you know, what works best for you and decide what's right for you. But I'm going to work on that now, and then we'll go from there. Oops. Got to make sure that I'm doing this straight. Looks like it. And I just, you know, I recessed this back a little bit because I'm trying to make it so it's not visible. Okay, here's the tricky part. It said in the instructions, you know, it can be bent, but it cannot be folded. So you just have to be careful, you know, how you're going to do this. All right, guys, here is what mine looks like. Here's a closer look at this area. Okay, so here's the USB cable for the LED lights. I'm just going to undo this here. And I'm going to place this side of the USB cable right there. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'll be back. And that's what it looks like, and you just want to make sure that it's secured all the way into place. Okay, now I'm going to plug the USB cable into one of the USB ports up here. And when you do this, you want to make sure that you plug the USB cable in the correct direction and that it's secured all the way into place. I'm going to do that now. Okay, I'm going to use the twist tie to secure the extra slack on the cord here, and I'm going to peel off all of the number stickers, and then I'll be back to give my final recap of the assembly for this nightstand. Okay, in these bags here, there were extra parts and pieces, and I think that they did that because they wanted to make sure that, you know, hopefully you have everything. So in these bags here, there was like one extra of each thing. And then on the feet, at the bottom of each of the legs, so like if the nightstand is wobbly, at the bottom of the legs on the feet, these pieces can be turned on each of the feet, all four of them, just to hopefully help level out if the nightstand is wobbly. So on these 2 feet and on these 2 feet. Okay, so I think I got all of the stickers off, but some of them were leaving like some residue behind, like some, you know, some of the stickiness behind. I don't know if you can see that, but like right there, for instance. So I'm going to have to work to try to continue to get that off. Here's the remote for the LED lights. And then there's a tab right here, a plastic tab that needs to be pulled out so the remote can work. And I don't have the nightstand plugged in yet. I'm just gonna put this with the rest of the packaging. And like I said with the packaging, recycle what you can, and what you can't recycle, make sure that you dispose of properly. Okay, so here is the nightstand fully assembled, and I don't have it plugged in yet. I do plan to make a future video where I review this nightstand, and if you're interested in watching that video, please check back for that video. As far as the assembly process, I thought, for me, everything went together like it should, with the exception of the LED lights. It was just longer than what it showed in the instructions, so I had to decide what I was going to do with them, and I showed you what I did, and you'll have to decide what you're going to do with yours if you're in that same situation. So I hope that this video was helpful, and thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.